Back in October 2024, when Infinix released the HOT 50 Pro Plus, I knew they were heading into a whole new direction. The slim, portable, and durable design signaled a fresh chapter for the HOT series, something we hadn't seen before on budget phones. Slim always means fragile, or at least that's what I used to think. But this phone changed that mindset. It is not just stylish or beautiful, it is surprisingly durable. Infinix clearly had confidence in the HOT 50 Pro Plus build quality, and it shows. The design is simple yet appealing. I especially like the rear camera placement, the vertical arrangement, and matte textured finish. Sure, it has plastic body. Curved screen usually comes with risks like cracking if the phone lands on the edge, but somehow Infinix seems to have figured out a way to make it good up. It even has an IP64 rating for dust and water resistant. That reinforces the durability claim. Because of the slim body, there is no headphone jack, which might be a deal breaker for some. But on the bright side, you get a triple slot, 2 nano SIM cards, and micro SD cards all at once, and that is a win. Under display fingerprint sensor, dual stereo speakers that are seriously loud, tuned by JBL, no less. For a phone in this category, that is impressive. And the design, I'd simply easily rated an A+. The display supports up to 1 billion colors. It is an AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. Outdoors, it can reach a peak brightness of 1300 nits. It is a large 6.78-inch screen with 1080p resolution. Pretty much gold standard for budget phones under $200. On the software side, it runs XOS in its usual clean and user-friendly style with minimal bloatware. It ships with Android 14 out of the box, and it is powered by the MediaTek Helio G100, which delivers solid performance for its price. To keep everything running smoothly, Infinix paired it with 8GB of RAM, 256GB of internal storage using UFS 2.2. Like I mentioned earlier, the storage is also expandable, which is a huge plus. It has 50 megapixel rear camera, 13 megapixel front-facing camera. They offer budget level performance. They do their job pretty well. I've recommended this phone for a lot of people, and so far I haven't received a single major complaint. The only feedback I got was from someone who said the screen wasn't very responsive while gaming. Like certain area didn't register touches properly. Aside from that, everyone else seems to be satisfied with it. Some were even impressed with the battery performance. They mentioned that the 5000 mAh battery easily gets them through a full day of use, even with heavy use. That's what we are saying. It supports 33-watt fast wired charging. There is bypass charging, which is a great feature for gamers. That means you can charge while gaming without overheating or damaging the battery. At launch, this phone was priced at around 270 to 280k, but right now it dropped to about 230, 240 to 250,000 naira. For me, the design and the build quality is the standout feature, my favorite part of the phone. After experiencing that sleek, stylish build, I honestly started hoping Infinix will stick with this direction for future HOT series model. I was a bit worried that they might go back to bulkier design, but they surprised me. They followed up with another sleek release, that is the Infinix HOT 60 Pro Plus. And let me tell you, this one is no joke. The design of the HOT 60 Pro Plus isn't drastically different from the previous model. The rear camera placement, the matte textured finish, plastic build, it is all quite similar. But when you turn the phone around and look at the front, then the changes start to stand out. The display is noticeably wider, the curves are even smoother and more refined. This time, Infinix used Gorilla Glass 7i for added durability, and the phone now boasts an IP65 rating, making it dust tight and resistant to water splashes, a solid upgrade in all the right place. It is incredibly light, just around 155 grams. This is the slimmest phone Infinix has ever made, and possibly the slimmest I've ever seen. It is so thin that even the Type-C charging port is stuck extremely close to the body. That is how slim we are talking. The durability is also on point, and the design absolutely on point. And what is the whole idea about this super slim design? I think it is pretty clear that most people don't like carrying bulky phones around all day. A lot of users prefer something slim, something they can just slide into their pocket and almost forget it is there. It is sleek, light, and convenient. And of course, not everyone feels that way. Some people, like me, actually prefer a bulkier or boxy design. like what we have on the Infinix Note 50 Pro and the Note 50 Pro Plus. Those phones feels more solid in hand. I just love that. The display is another major upgrade. It now refreshes at 144 Hz, making animation and scrolling feel incredibly smooth. Brightness has been cranked all the way up to a staggering 4500 nits, which is insane. Even under direct sunlight, visibility won't be a problem. The size remains the same at 6.78 inches, but the resolution has now been pumped up to 1.5K. And because it is a curved screen, higher resolution really stand out. I'm honestly glad Infinix didn't stick with the 1080p. 1.5K on curved display just looks amazing. It is also very responsive, even if there is water on your screen or there is water on your end. The software is probably the most refined I've seen on any Infinix phone so far. XOS 15.1 on top of Android 15, it feels clean and smooth. There are some bloatwares here and there, but it is minimal compared to what we are used to. All the AI features are also present, which adds to the overall user experience. One of the biggest changes is the processor. We've now moved from MediaTek Helio G100 to G200. G200 sounds like massive jump, but in real world performance, the difference isn't huge. There is a noticeable improvement in efficiency, smoothness, and speed. It is just more polished and more optimized than the G100 overall. G200 doesn't guarantee high graphics setting when you play games, but it does offer smoother and faster gameplay overall. Take Call of Duty Mobile for example. You might not be able to push the graphics to the highest, but the performance is fluid and responsive. It is all about stability and speed, not flashy visuals. It is time to say goodbye to micro SD slot. It is gone for good. On the bright side, we still get a generous 256 gigabytes of internal storage paired with 8 gigs of RAM using UFS 2.2 for decent speed. As for camera, it is similar to what we had on the Infinix HOT 50 Pro Plus. 50 megapixel rear camera and a 13 megapixel front camera. Both can shoot 2K video and it performs well under good lighting condition. Reliable and consistent for the price. The battery has been upgraded slightly to 5160 mAh battery. It now supports 45-watt wired charging. That means you can juice up to 50% in just about 22 to 25 minutes. There is reverse wired charging support too, which is handy for topping up other devices on the go. There are also bunch of other new cool features that this phone brings to the table. I'll be diving deeper into those in more in-depth review right here on this channel, so make sure you subscribe. You definitely don't want to miss that. And as for the price, it is pretty similar to what we saw last year, around $170, which is comfortably below 300,000 naira. Tecno doesn't want to be left out of the slim phone trends either. They recently launched their slimmest phone yet, the Tecno Spark 40 Pro Plus. It is the slimmest device from Tecno so far, though it is not the slimmest overall. That title goes to the Infinix. But honestly, it all comes down to your personal preference and brand loyalty. Some people are Team Infinix, while some people prefer Tecno. Internally and externally, in terms of build quality, both phones are quite similar. Tecno has now introduced a curved screen on its Spark series too. At the end of the day, you are getting a very comparable experience with either ones. Tecno is running iOS, while Infinix is running XOX. It really depends on which interface you are more comfortable with. As for me, I personally prefer Infinix SOS. It feels more refined. There is also a noticeable difference when it comes to battery and charging. Tecno packs a slightly larger 5200 mAh battery, not a massive difference in capacity. Both support 45-watt wired charging. Tecno takes it a step further with 30-watt wireless charging. Reverse wireless charging is available, reverse wired charging as well as bypass charging. Those are serious extras that gives Tecno an edge in charging flexibility. In terms of build, Tecno feels a build more solid in hand, while Infinix goes for that ultra slim lightweight profile. Once again, it boils down to your personal preference. Do you like a phone that feels solid and grippy, or one that is sleek and feather light? Both phones are slim, but one is slimmer than the other. The pricing is also pretty similar. It really comes down to what feature and feel that matter most to you. I think all these phones are great for the price, but if I had to point out two things I still wish brands like Tecno and Infinix will add, it would be 5G and more powerful processor. I've been waiting to see 5G support on Tecno Spark series and Infinix HOT series. We could use a chipset that can handle any games we throw at it. That said, I'm not complaining because let's be real, if they added those features, the price would shoot up. And what makes this phone so attractive is how much they offer at a budget friendly price. Maybe it is best they keep giving us well balanced, affordable specs that don't break the bank. If game is a priority, there is always Infinix GT series that can handle FR games at ease. If you are more into camera performance, Tecno Camon series is there to look. But for this Spark and HOT series, they are great all-rounder budget phones. Nothing overly special in one area. They do everything decently. And with this new eye-catching design and surprising durability, I'd say that is a big win. That is my own take. Are you Team Tecno or Team Infinix? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Then we catch you guys in the next one.